Okay, hello YouTube. This is really weird for me. My name is Cameo, and I am the owner of the Etsy shop PurlSlipKnit. You may have seen me on Instagram. I do a few updates there. I try at least once a week. I've never done videos before. I'm not very good at them. I tend to be better at writing. So I guess we'll see if I keep up with this. I don't even know if I'll post this one. I don't know how it'll turn out. But yeah, so I don't really talk about my life on Instagram. I just post pictures of stuff I do. Mostly knitting, although I do some other crafts. I don't know if I'll talk about them here. I mean, I guess I probably will. If they're gonna maybe end up in my shop, they'll probably be in the video, but otherwise they might not be. I am married. I have a husband. He is weird, but it's okay. I mean, it's just weird to say that out loud. It's not even been a year yet. I live in a house, so that's fun, I guess. But that might affect how much my videos go up right now because we're trying to move. So right now the house is getting renovated. We have to repaint and redo the flooring and trying to get grass to grow, which I live in Oklahoma. It's not easy. So depending on how all that goes, we applied for new housing. He's in the military, so we're trying to move on base, and yeah, we're on a waiting list. So depending on how quickly that goes, I might be busy really quickly for a while. As I said, I live in Oklahoma, so it's very hot. I'll probably not wear much clothing in these videos, so I'm sorry in advance. It's only, May, and it's like 100 degrees outside. So it's very hot inside too, and yeah. I have dogs. You may hear them bark. You may even see them because they like to jump in my face a lot. But they're cute. They're nice. I mean, I would call them if I thought they would actually come. Well, I mean, they would, but it would just be annoying. But I'm sure you'll see them eventually, or hear them, in which case I am sorry, because they are loud. Can you stop? Sorry. Dogs. They're very interested in what I've got out right now, because I've got a lot of stuff out since it's my first one. I gotta, show you everything. I mean, I don't know what else is going on. I mean, that's pretty much me. Except that I did not always live in Oklahoma. I've lived a lot of places. I'm originally from Maryland. My mother would kill me if I didn't say I was. Shh. And as I said, I have an Instagram and an Etsy shop. I'll probably post the links somewhere around here. Maybe even on the video if I figure out how to do that. So I guess that's it. I mean, I've guessed a little bit about my shop now. It's been around a long time, but I haven't really put in a lot of effort into it. It used to be like a hobby thing. I started in college, and I actually originally made keychains and magnets out of little perler beads. I still do that for friends, but I don't put them in my shop because I'm kind of about copyright. So once I started getting more popular, I figured it was probably better to just steer clear of things that I might not be able to sell because of that. So now I mostly do other crafts. I mean, I still do keychains and stuff sometimes, but they're not as cool if they're not nerdy. So, I mean, I tried to... My shop was offline for a long time because I moved around a lot. As I said, even just the past few years, I've moved to Wyoming and now to Oklahoma. I've moved a couple places before that. I went to college. I got married. I got puppies. So my life has been pretty busy up until just recently. I had not reopened it. I think I just reopened it maybe sometime at the end of the year last year. And my Instagram is very new. I just got it a couple months ago. I was never really, I'm not a social media person. I don't really do YouTube. I don't like Facebook. I only have Facebook for family. So Instagram didn't appeal to me. I don't even have a Twitter. But I'm really trying to get my shop actually, off the ground this time. So hopefully that'll happen. This series is not just for that, though. It's for everything that I do. Not everything that I do ends up in the shop. It's just, this is me and what I do in my life. A lot of what I do is gifts. So it doesn't, but it sort of gives you an insight of why I do things and, how long it takes me to get them done. It's ridiculous. It takes forever. But yeah, this is my first time ever making a video, so please excuse me if I seem awkward or I don't know what to talk about or I ramble or I pause, because all those things I tend to do. Because I either ramble because I don't know what I'm supposed to be saying, or I pause because I don't know what I'm supposed to be saying. So just bear with me. I will try and hopefully keep you entertained. I don't know. If nothing else, you can see what's upcoming if you're even interested in my shop. Or you can just, see some cool things that I found. Because I tend to do a lot of free patterns. So if I show you any, I hopefully will be able to link them somewhere. I am on Ravelry also, but I tend to not update that so much. You can see patterns that I like. And I have a few projects on there, but I'm really bad about updating that. So maybe I'll get better about that recently. Sorry, my dogs are running around. So anyway, I guess next I'll do things that I've finished, now that really long intro is done. I'm thinking about where I want to start. I've got a whole bunch of stuff around me. Oh, well, before I do that, I mostly knit now, but before that, I crocheted. I was a crocheter. I think they are called hookers now, but that doesn't sound right. So, I was a crocheter. I also did cross stitch, which is actually, I think I sold my cross stitch more than I sold my crochet, but that's okay. I don't mind. So a lot of this will be crocheted, but I don't really do that as much anymore because it takes a lot more yarn, and I knit a lot faster than I crochet, apparently. So it's easier for me to make things when I knit, and I get them done quicker, which is always good. Plus, I really like it. I like the way it feels. I like the way it looks. I like the way it, just flows. Crochet is nice, but it's not very good for clothing. I like it for blankets, but I like knitting for blankets too, so we'll see how that goes. I also learned to tat. I do not sell that stuff in my shop right now. I might eventually put some up when Christmas comes around because I'm really good at snowflakes, like really good. And they're fun. I like to tat. It's fun. I have some cool little shuttles. They're so pretty, and I really adore them. I got them from a shop on Etsy, actually, which I'll probably put somewhere. Oh. Okay, sorry about that. My stuff started dying. I'm recording on my tablet, so it's a little iffy sometimes. I had to plug it in really quickly. I don't remember what. Oh, right, snowflakes. So yes, I learned how to tat, and that might eventually be in my shop. I don't know if I'll ever get to jewelry, but I definitely can do snowflakes and doilies, stuff like that. All right, I see you. This is Ruby. So she's obviously likes to get in my way. You probably have also seen them on my Instagram if you follow me there. Because they're often in my pictures because they like to lay on my lap as I do things. Yeah. But, so, I mean, mostly what's going to end up being in my shop is probably knitting now. But I've also been trying to get back into cross stitch. I really like it. It's fun. It doesn't hurt my hands as much as my other go-to crafts. So we'll see how that goes. It also is cheaper. It's cheaper, which is nice. Plus, it just looks so cool. I personally really, really like to only do monochromatic stuff, though. It's easier. It's less colors. And I love the colorful stuff, but oh, it's a pain to make. Anyway, so I'll just get to things that I've finished, and I guess things that I'm working on, and then I will let you stop listening to me. I guess to start, I'll just do some newer stuff, and then get to the older stuff later, because that stuff's been around for a while, because nobody wants it, but it's okay, because I like it, and it's put away, so it's clean. If anyone ever decides they want it, it's around. So this is for my mother and her dogs. Obviously, it wouldn't fit my dogs, because my dogs are... But I thought it was so cute. I actually started making one for my dogs first, because I have a Dalmatian, and he has no fur, and it is hot here, but it gets cold here in the winter. And he goes outside, and he shivers, and he cries, and I always feel bad. But I decided to practice on smaller dogs. This one's actually the bigger one. Hold on one second. Anyway, okay, so this one's actually the smaller one. It's tiny. It's tiny sweater for a tiny dog. I'm not really a tiny dog person, but he's cute. And, this is for him, yes. And so I started practicing on these because I got to implement it somehow on my huge dog. Not this one. But they turned out really nice. I mean, they're not very soft or anything like that, but it's dogs, and, you want to be able to wash things. So I just made it out of Red Heart. It's super saver. It's super cheap. I have the pattern somewhere. I think I'll try and find it and link it. I think it's Drops pattern. But they're pretty cool. I think if I'm going to do it for my dog, though, I will be double knitting it instead of just Fair Isle. See, I did Fair Isle. I do interlocking Fair Isle. But I think I'll double knit it if I do it again because it's nice, but it's not super warm. My mom's dogs have fur. My dog does not. Sort of. So I think I'll do the double knit on this part, whereas I'll do the ribbing just regular because it's a pain to double knit. And I can just double it up, which is how it's actually supposed to be. You're supposed to double it up like this, like a cute little collar. Anyway, so that's that. These are gifts. They were supposed to be for Christmas, but I wanted to make a gift for everybody, and I didn't get around to making some other people gifts. I made a hat for my brother. It's somewhere around here. It's the Naughty Deer, so I don't want to put it on here just in case. But I will probably, my brother's getting married in December, so I'll probably be bringing these things with me, and hopefully I'll have some more gifts then for Christmas, and everybody will be happy. But it's hard because everybody's different body type there, and like I was thinking about making socks, but I don't know if they want socks, and I don't even know if they would fit in socks. My mom in particular has very large feet, so I have very tiny feet, so it's hard because I could try them on my feet and they would fit, and then I would give them to her and they would be too small. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. What else have I got? I have this baby blanket. This is crocheted. It's one of the easiest things I think I've ever done. And it's very cute. It's made from, I think, the Lion brand Sport Weight. You know, the ones that come in the huge balls. usually in like yellow and green, pink. I don't know if they make this color anymore. I haven't seen it around recently, but it's one of my favorites because it's white and green and blue, and it's actually very soft, even though I made it, wow, probably like 3 or 4 years ago now. It's so cute. I mean, if I ever have a baby, I'll probably just keep it. I don't know, because nobody else wants it. No, but it's cool, and it's nice. I definitely wouldn't give it to a really itty bitty baby because of all the holes in it. But it's definitely a nice. It's cushy. It's nice. But it was super fast to make because it's literally just it's mesh, so it's not like knitting mesh, which takes forever. Crochet mesh is super quick, and then I just put a little ruffle border on it, and it was done. Let's see, what else do I have? I've got this one also, which is, this one's knitted. This one, oh, it smells really good. I must have washed it recently. It's much bigger. It's a lot bigger. It's got holes in it too, so for little babies, but I mean, you can do this, and it mostly, it's also my first object with my logo on it. Yay, logo! It kind of, some of it washed off when I put it through the washing machine, so I'll have to find a way to keep the ink on there better. But it's nice. But it's very, this one's very thick. It's made with worsted weight. So it's not like this one, which is thinner and lighter. This one is heavy, it's very warm, and it's big enough that you honestly could give it to a little child and it still be, like, it fits me. See, so like, but I actually was considering keeping this one for me because I really do like it. If nothing else, I'll just make a new one for me. But personally, I really like the yellow. This is also made in Red Heart Super Saver. No, it's not. It's Hobby Lobby. I made it with Hobby Lobby. I think it needs to get washed one more time. It's kind of, feels like it's still got some soap in it. But yeah, it was a lot of fun, and it was not too slow. Usually I have more trouble knitting lace because of the yarn overs. I can't do them as fast, and the knit twos, especially with worsted weight, because I don't have my pointy little needles. But this one was pretty fun, and I really liked the cables. I do cables a weird way, so that I don't need cable needles, and I don't even drop the cables generally. Like you knit behind and then knit in front and then pull everything off. I'll maybe do a video about that some other time. I can't really show you with my fingers. Let's see, what else do I have around? Oh, so when I first started knitting, I was not very good at it. And I really wanted to do socks. That was part of the main reason that I learned to knit, was to do socks. So I made a huge sock, based on a stocking pattern. It didn't turn out so great. I mean, it's cute, but this little part is kind of strange. Like, it should obviously came out further, like out here. But it's huge, so I mean, it's fine. I don't think this is up for sale. I guess if someone's interested, they can certainly ask for it. But it was my first time Fair Isle, so it's not that great anyway. And I didn't interlock in the middle or in the back, so it catches on stuff. It was mostly just an experiment with cheap yarn and figuring out. This is how I first learned how to make heels and heel turns, because this has an actual heel on it, like the same kind of heel that you would use for an actual sock. Obviously my foot did not go far enough, but in my real socks that's not usually the case. But it was a fun little experiment, and I had fun doing this part at the top. It's some, I forget what it is, but it was pretty cool. It was just a way of making a border. This is just a cute little skirt. It's not actually, I mean, it's done, but it's so short that I didn't even bother doing anything with it. I made it for me, for most part. It's got a cute little, it's not all the way done because I haven't weaved in the ends, but it's got a little tie over here. It laces up so that you can untie it if you have to get it on, because it's not stretchy. But it's actually not that short. See, I'm short, so it's short, but I'm also short, so it's fine. But I see him out maybe wearing it around beach time. Not that I go to the beach, but whatever. It was really fun though, and I think eventually I will make one that's larger and ruffled, maybe where each of these is another layer. You know, those ruffly skirts. I recently learned how to do that, so this is crochet, not knit, just in case anyone's wondering. See, it's got baby crochet. Yeah. Actually, most of this stuff is crochet, like I said. I only recently started to knit, so there's that. So most of my stuff will be crochet. Although now I knit a lot, so any future videos should be mostly knitting. I don't know if I don't really get a whole lot of time to knit. I mean, I do, but I also spend my free time doing other stuff. It's not just the only thing I do. So I'm not sure how much I'll be updating. I'll probably try to do a video a week, but there might not be anything really new in it. Especially because I try not to spend a lot of money on yarn. It's so expensive and it's so pretty, and I want to, but I just try not to. So anyway, some little things. I have little tiny doilies, squares. These are just samples. They're not actually for sale. I mean, I guess someone could have them, but they're just samples that I take to try out a pattern, and then, you know, eventually I usually do it in white because I like the white better. But that's just me. This is another one. They look so much better on the video than in, they look nice in real life too, but they look much more solid in the video, I guess. Maybe because it's farther away. Yeah, it's because it's farther away. They look cool. I have a few other ones to do, but I haven't gotten around to it because I've been knitting and it's fun and I like it. But I have like 3 or 4 other square patterns that are the exact same size, so they're like mix and match. What else do I have? I have this fun little thing. It's Table Runner. This one's I think it's 2 feet, maybe 2 feet long. I did this little border on it, but I think if I did it again, I wouldn't, because it has a little trouble laying flat. Like the middle part lays flat just fine, just like my other squares, but the edges is ruffled, as you can see. So I might redo it with a different edge instead. We'll see. But anyways, it was fun to do. I really like filet crochet. If you can't tell, that's what this is, where you have holes and designs with the lace. It's one of my favorites, for the same reason that I like to cross stitch, because it's pixel art, basically. Speaking of which, I guess I can do some cross stitches too. I got a few that I finished not too long ago. This one is one of my favorites. I might actually frame it for myself because it's so pretty, and it's pretty. And it's from one of my favorite shows. I don't know if you can read the bottom there. It says, "I am a leaf on the wind. Watch how I soar." If you don't know what that's from, it's from Firefly. I think it's actually from Serenity, the movie of Firefly, but same thing. Anyway, it's very fun. It was fun. It was easy and fun, and I liked playing with all the colors. So I might actually keep this one. I don't know. Then I have my Zelda, which is old and dirty, so it's not up anymore. But she's just adorable, right? very cute Zelda. This is what got me into monochromatic stuff, because it was just so much fun to just do one color and watch her come out. I don't remember where I got the pattern from, so I won't be linking it anywhere. It's been a really long time. But I'm sure you could find it somewhere on the internet, somewhere. I think DeviantArt. Then I've got this large one. This is before I learned how to do linen. But it's pretty big, so it doesn't really matter. It says, oh, it's backwards for me. I reject your reality and substitute my own, which I'm pretty positive this is from Mythbusters. Don't quote me on it, but I'm pretty sure. I just liked the quote, and I thought the design was pretty cool. And I had a lot of fun with the colors. The colors were fun, especially because I'm a green person, green and brown. I love green and brown. So yeah, it's pretty big, as you can see, but I like it. It turned out really nice. It's one of my nicer cross stitch projects. I also have this cute little fairy. It was also pretty large, but also not for sale because also dirty. She turned out really nice too. She looks a lot better far away than up close. I use a little too thick string, so she's kind of mushed together up close. Like if you see the stitches are all mushed together. But she looks really nice from far away. It looks like a drawing, which is pretty cool. I like fairies. I think I found this one somewhere, Pinterest, DeviantArt, one of those. Again, it's old, so. This is my bookmark, and I use it all the time. And I know it's an old meme, but it's adorable, and I had so much fun making it, and it looks so cool. And it's mine forever. And maybe one day I'll substitute my kit for, a Pokemon I actually like. Not that there's anything wrong with my kit, but I had to do it for the meme. But yeah, it's one of my favorite bookmarks. It's the only bookmark that I think I've ever made with cross stitch, but it turned out pretty good. I mean, the back is pretty okay too. It doesn't look terrible, but the front looks very neat, and I like it, and it's fun. Let's see, what else do I have? That looks like that's pretty much everything. And then I have a lot of huge stuff from my shop, but I don't think that I'll do that today, because you could just go and look at it. There is one that I want to show just because it's adorable, and it says peppermint pillow, and it's so squishy. The pillow comes in it. This back is not as nice, but it's super squishy. If I were to do it again, I would just do it with two sides instead of the way I did it, so that it goes all the way around. But it's adorable. It's soft. It's super squishy. It's washable. Well, it should be washable. I'm not entirely sure about the pillow inside, but it was really fun to make too. The spirals were fun. I didn't know how to do that before I crocheted this, but yeah, it was a lot of fun. It's a good Christmas themed gift. I don't know that I'll ever sell this exact one, but I could definitely make different ones. I don't know. But I personally love it. It's like a freaking peppermint. It looks just like it. Okay, so that's, I think, Okay, so, one more thing. I have a few finished tatted objects, but I'm not really going to talk about them too much because I'm still learning myself. But here's just an example, this little snowflake. Ignore this. It's just to tell me what design it is because I have a few different ones. And while I could easily, look them up, it's just easier if I remember with a little tag. But they're pretty cool. You use like picot stitches and these little stitches that look kind of like single crochet if you crochet, and they look really cool. They like little loops, little arches, it's pretty fun, and I really enjoy it. It's just I'm not super good at it, so I can't make a whole lot of different things like I can other stuff. I'm only good at like small things right now. I have some pretty large doilies, but I don't know how they're turning out. I mean, they look fine, but I don't know if I would want to keep them myself. So that's that for finished stuff. I'll probably do some other finished stuff next one. Whatever I didn't do here, just because I'm at 30 minutes already. So I don't want to take up too much more time. I guess I'll do a few things that I'm actually working on now. And then maybe a few things that I want to work on in the future, because there is one project that I'm very excited about. So let's see, what are some cool things that I have? Well, the thing I've been mostly working on, and it's almost done, it was almost in my finished projects today, it's all like, I'm halfway through a row, so it is a little tangled. Is this shawl, and I work on circular needles, so yeah, it looks a little strange, but it helps me personally. The long ones are just too long, they get in my way, they're longer than my arm half the time, so I prefer to work on circular needles, even for straight projects like this one. It puts all the weight in the middle right here, and so then I can just, like, with my tiny little hands, and just work. Anyway, so this is based off the Reina shawl. It's a free pattern on Ravelry, probably somewhere, and it's pretty cool. I like it. It's got mesh and garter mixed. The mesh slowly gets bigger. I had to keep going further because I'm using a very thin yarn and smaller needles, because I just prefer to use the smaller ones when I do lace. I don't use really tiny ones, but I usually go down a size. But my yarn is also very, very thin. I'm using loops and threads, wool-like. It's pretty awesome, actually. I was kind of hesitant about it because it's acrylic, which I don't mind acrylic, but when you have acrylic sock yarn, it's a little weird. But it's so soft and so nice, and it's so squishy, and it knits up so awesome. It's like 70% acrylic and like 15 or 85 acrylic and 15 nylon, something like that. It's very cheap. I got it on sale at Michael's, which is the only reason I bought it in the first place. And it just looks so nice. It comes in such nice colors, very like toned down like this. I have a gray, which will probably come up here sooner or later. They come out in greens and reds, and it's just very pretty, and I really like it a lot. It might be my go-to fingering yarn for clothes, just because it's so easy to wash. I don't know yet, though, because I've heard that it pills a lot, and that would not surprise me, because as I was working on it, every time it would get tangled, I would be pulling off fluff balls. But that might be okay, depending on what I make. I guess I'll test it out on the shawl. I'm not sure if this is going to go in my shop or not, because I like it, and I might keep it. But I don't know. It was fun. It's fun, and it looks awesome. But I don't know that I'll ever do it again, because the mesh took forever. I'm just not as quick at mesh as I am at anything else. Even regular lace is not nearly as slow because it's less holes. Maybe if I did it again, I would do less mesh and more garter stitch. Maybe do the opposite of this one, where I keep the mesh the same, which is this, would be this one, and make the garter longer. I don't know. But it did turn out really cool. It's almost done. I'm on the last garter repeat, I think. I was thinking about making it a little longer, but I wasn't sure if I'd have enough yarn. This is how much yarn I have left, so out of 100 grams. I probably could have done it, but I didn't want to play yarn chicken, so we'll see. But that's what I've been working on for the most part for the past few weeks. Not even weeks. Maybe weeks. I don't know. It's been my main project for a while now. Then I've got... Sorry, I just got my whole project bag. I actually really like this one. It's from Knitpicks. I got it for free with, I think, because I ordered a lot of yarn. I don't remember. But since I was ordering a bunch of fingering, I figured I should just, get this one. Feeling super fine. I got my sewing kit in here with my little labels. Yeah, put that back. Oh, this one's fun. So this is me practicing double knitting. It's nothing super fancy. I don't know if you can tell, but it's an octopus. Just double knitted octopus. It's supposed to be a shawl, I think, but I'm mostly just using it to practice. It's pretty cheap yarn that I'm using. It's just extra yarn that I had around, so it might even switch colors a lot because, again, just it's for practice. But I'm having a lot of fun. I think I'll be doing double knitting more and more because it's pretty awesome. It feels cool. It looks cool. And it's not hard to do. I have, let's see if I can find it. Yeah, here it is. I have this nifty little doodad, which I just put it on my finger, like so, and put the yarns through, like so. And then it's very simple to just bring them back and forward together and figure out where I need to pull so that I don't cross them and twist them up. Sometimes it hurts my finger, but it's a lot easier to do than trying to do it on my finger because I can't do it. I see a lot of people do it, but I, for some reason, don't have the dexterity to do it that way. I don't know why. So this works a lot better. There's a wire one out there, too, which might feel better on your fingers. I don't know, because I think part of it is the plastic. A lot of people complain about this one on Amazon. I got it from Amazon. And because they say it doesn't fit their finger, but most of them I think are trying to put it really far down, like down here, which I could do. I have very tiny fingers, but you're supposed to be putting it up very close to the tip of your finger, so it should fit pretty much everybody. I mean, it's got a little slit in it, so it bends, but whatever. Let's see what else is in here. I've got this, which is, I'm not actually sure what this is. I think possibly it's a sweater. Looks like it's a sweater. Cardigan, maybe. And then I've got, where's my main project? Hold on. Okay, right now, this is one of my favorites. I have not been working on it very much because I've been working on that shawl, but it's so nice. It's made with the same yarn. The wool, like, as you can see, is so pretty. It's so pretty. This is just garter stitch, but I love it. It's so squishy and so soft, and it comes in a ball like this. This one I'm having a lot more fun with. But it's going to be a sweater. A garter stitch sweater. Basically, I forget, I think I got the pattern from PurlSoho. And kind of just went from there. It's a pretty basic pattern. Basically, this is going to be this part. And you go out till you get to the sleeves, split it, do the back down, and then do the sleeves. So it's pretty easy, and you only have to seam a very small part of it because it's mostly one piece. So I'm very excited to really work on that once the shawl is done because I'm pretty sure this is going to be for me because it's so soft, so soft. Yeah, and these are my fun little pointy needles. I think they're Haya. Don't know for sure. I have a bunch of different needles. I've been trying them out because I'm still, like I said, I'm still pretty new to knitting. I haven't really found my favorite type of needle yet. It was wood. I have a lot of woods. As you can see, these are Knitpicks wood needles, and I do love them. I really do. but I'm starting to knit a lot faster, and they don't always keep up with me. So I think I might eventually switch to either, I think these are sterling silver. Not sure, something like that. They're hollow, whatever they are. They're hollow. They're not aluminum, but they are hollow, so they're very light, which I like. But I might either switch to them or those nickel-plated ones. I'm not entirely sure. Maybe the carbon ones. But I think I'm going to go with the slicker ones. I love these needles. They're so much fun. I have them in the sock versions too. I've heard of a lot of people snapping them, and it does not surprise me because they are very thin, but I haven't had that problem. But I do think, yeah, I think I'll end up using mostly metal because I knit so fast now. These are good for my double knitting though, because I do it a lot, not a lot slower, but obviously I have to take the time to move the yarn back and forth. And then I've actually been doing a crochet project, which I haven't done in a while. I've been working on this, which is going to be a halter top. It fits me right now. I might eventually make it a lot bigger because even though these look huge in the video, they're really not. They're not. So if it fits me, it won't fit most people. But I'm having fun with it so far. As you can see, it's pretty lacy. It's got a pineapple theme. You can see the pineapple there. And obviously it's not just going to stick on. It's going to have, it's going to be a halter top with strings to tie in both back and top. But yeah, I don't know if you noticed, but I mostly like to crochet and lace because it's so much fun. I love the little yarn. Even my knitting is mostly in little yarn. Apparently I have a thing for it. But yeah, this is my current project. Whoop! Sorry about that. I don't know if you can tell if you're a crocheter. If you're not, you won't know anything about this. But these are double knit, and it's actually linked double knitting. As you can see, it doesn't have the huge spaces that double knitting usually has. It only has the spaces in between the horizontal rows, not the vertical. It's pretty simple. It's only a different step, one more step. So if you need to make a more solid part of anything and you want to use double knitting not double knitting, double crochet because it's quicker. Obviously it's quicker. I would look up a video for it because it's really cool. As you can see, it turns out really nice. And if you knit or crochet not as tight as me, you might not have any holes at all. I think if you use actual yarn, it doesn't have any holes, but since I'm using crochet thread, it's different. Okay, so this is probably my coolest project. It's shown up on my Instagram a couple times when I was really working on it. Recently I have not been because I think I want to redo it in the thinner wool-like yarn, honestly. Because it's pretty thick. As you can see, it's pretty thick. I want to get a thinner one. But also, the colors, I love the colors, but they don't mesh too well. I just used whatever I had lying around, and these were really the only ones I had lying around. But I do love it. It was my first double knitted project. It's yarn, something of Yarnia, Quest for Narnia, I think. It's really cool. It's an RPG knitting project. Knit along. I actually bought the book, which will have 3 separate, basically D&D knitting. Like you roll dice. I think they're, my dice are in here somewhere. But you roll dice. These are my D&D dice. But you roll dice, and what you roll depends on what you fight or see, and that's what you knit. So it's like a whole adventure. See, I fought a dragon. And this is fire, because I was a fire elemental type thing. I'm not actually sure what these are. Something that I fought. Most of this is like supposed to be like the path you walk on, stuff like that. I have penguins up here. because penguins came to help me fight the dragon. Or maybe they came to help the dragon fight me. I forget. But it's a lot of fun. So you should check it out if you don't know anything about it. Heroes of Yarnia. Heroes of Yarnia. That's what it is. Heroes of Yarnia. It's really cool. It's not super cheap, but it's worth it if you like that kind of thing. I think the pattern itself was $8. The book, I think, was like 20 something. I just remember I got it a little cheaper because I had already bought one pattern. So it's fun. This is just Knit Picks Hawthorne, which I like the colors, but it's not super soft. I think because it's not made with a super soft wool, which it's not terrible. I'm sure if it got washed, it would feel better with fabric softener. It's super wash wool, so that can be done. It's just, I personally think that I will redo this with the other thing, and use this for socks or something like that, because it's a lot sturdier than the other yarn. The other yarn is a lot thinner. I actually bought it to make my husband socks, but I don't think that they'll last if I do that because it's so thin. I don't know if any of you have experience with it. Maybe you can tell me if your socks have lasted. Otherwise, I probably won't end up doing that. Wow, my dogs are like super passed out. I thought they would come say hi to you guys, but they're not. Anyway, just I guess one more thing before I head off. This is a project that I'm very sad about. I was doing knee highs, see if you can see, with the little tiny cable down the back. And I was so excited to do it. That's why I bought all three of these colors of the same. But apparently I have very thick calves, so I have to take them out and redo them, which I don't want to do, and make them a little bigger. Plus, I was using really tiny needles. I don't know if you can tell. It was a little too small. I'll probably just go up one size because I don't like using twos. I usually use one, and these are ones. But I don't like using the twos. I don't know why. I think it just, maybe I knit really loose. Because whenever I use twos, it just comes out really loose. And it doesn't look like there's too much white space when it's on your foot. So I'll probably do it on 1.5 and add some more stitches to it. Hopefully it'll fit me. Not that they're for me, they're for the shop. But if they don't fit me, they're not going to fit anybody because I'm pretty small. And that's pretty much it. I have a few cross-stitch things I've been working on. I'll bring. Okay, so this, I don't know if you can tell, but this is what I've been working on. Anyone who cross-stitches might recognize it. It is the Pokemon poster. It's pretty fun. I'm having a lot of fun with it, except there's so much popcorn. Popcorn is in there's small, tiny areas of different color, which is hard to do. I'm doing pretty good if you ask me. My back looks very similar to my front, but it's definitely not super fun. You can see my outlines and everything. But it looks so cool. I don't know if I'll finish it in the next century, but every once in a while I'll pick it up. I have a couple other projects, but they're nothing big, so I'll just leave them in my box. And then one more thing is I just got these cones. Where's the black one? If you cross stitch, you'll recognize my embroidery floss on cones. And I got them for a huge project. I am going to get Death by Cross Stitch by, I cannot think of it off the top of my head. I'll put a link somewhere for the pattern. It's huge. It's huge. Like bigger than me, probably. And so this is why I have this. I'm very excited about it. It's a lot of money. It's like $30 to get the pattern. So I haven't bought it yet, but it's on my list of things to get. I ordered this just for that, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm gonna have a lot of fun with it. I mean, I don't know. We'll see how that goes. But it's my on my wish list right now. I've seen, I don't know if any of you are on Reddit, but there's a Redditor in cross stitch that's doing it, and it looks so good. There's a few people on Instagram that are also doing it, so if you're on that, you can check it out. It's hashtag Death by Cross Stitch. It's so cool. It's got a lot of geometric patterns. It's a sampler. It's a big, very big sampler. It's got like unicorns, and of course it's got lettering because it's a sampler, and it's got geometric patterns, and it's awesome. And it's one color, so if you want to do it colorful, you'll have to do your own colors, which is why I only have two, so that I can do it mostly black and just have like green accents. But yeah, that's what's on my to-do list. I think that's it. It's been almost an hour of me just talking, which is kind of ridiculous. Wow. So I'll just end it there. And if you don't already follow me, like I said, I'm on Instagram. I'm also on Facebook, but I don't update that one as much. So if you want to follow me and you have an Instagram, that's probably your best bet. I do not have a Twitter. Maybe I'll make one eventually. I don't know if maybe people can convince me. My Instagram is PurlSlipKnit. I'll try to put a link in here somewhere. I'm not actually sure how to do that, so we'll see how that goes. But you can search for me, hashtag PurlSlipKnit. I put it on everything that I post, so it's easy enough to find me. I guess that's it. I mean, yeah, that's all I have to say. I was really hoping the dogs would come say hi because, you know, dogs are cute and maybe it would give me more people watching, you know. But if there's anything that you want to see or hear about, I don't know. This channel is not just for my shop, it's for me and for everything that I do. So if you really, really want to see the dogs next time, they can be in the video. Just leave me comments if you liked anything you saw, or if I forget to put patterns up, or if you're interested in something, or if you just want to talk to me. I don't know. Feel free. I don't know that I'll check it very much, but I will try. And this is probably going to be the longest one that I do. Most of them will probably be a lot shorter because, like I said, I don't get around doing my projects that much. Maybe next time I'll focus more on the things that I have, like my needles, my shedding tattles, which I didn't, my tatting shuttles, which I didn't show any of you. They're really cool. Maybe some of my extra yarn, I don't know. Because I won't have as much to show next time, depending on how far I get on that one project, I guess. So yeah, keep an eye out. I'll probably post a new one. What's today? Sunday? I don't know when it'll actually get posted to YouTube, but I might start doing them Sundays maybe. I don't know. I'll be doing them when my husband has off, or has work. He's working weekends right now. So when he goes back to regular shift, I might do them sometime during the week. Either way, you'll see a video from me. I'll try to do it weekly. Like I said, things have been a little hectic here with the house and the moving and everything. So we'll see how that goes. If I'm going to be late, I'll probably say it in a video. Hopefully I have things to talk about. I don't know. I don't have a lot going on besides the house thing. Oh, and the fact that my dog ate 8 cupcakes yesterday. That was fun. But just, you know, subscribe. I'll try to update regularly with cool stuff, hopefully. If you want to see something specific, like if you're a tatter and you really want a tatting episode, I can do that. Or if you just like knitting, or if you're just crochet, I'll cater to whoever is mostly watching. I mean, I'll still keep other stuff in the videos, but I'll do mostly what people are interested in, because I know I have a lot of crafts that I do, so, you know, I have to somehow organize it. Maybe I'll do one episode each week. I'll focus on something different. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. It depends on what I'm working on too, I guess. So, I don't know. But, oh, well, now he's making an appearance. This is Jasper. But anyway, I'll see you guys next week. Feel free to have any suggestions. I don't know. I'm rambling at this point, so I'm just going to say goodbye, and I hope you enjoyed seeing everything and listening to my boring life. Bye.